Hello, everyone. Welcome to Light Language Messenger. And for those of you watching on the Great Awakening Generator, you're very welcome here too. Well, as always, how are you? I hope you are having a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. Right. And please do tell me how you are because I'd love to know what's going on in your world. I laugh because there's so much happening at the moment, right? The energies are so strong, and just looking around me and watching things as they progress. Like yesterday, I was talking about a supermarket and what the energy was in the supermarket that I was in the morning. And then today, I came. I've started my day, and I seem to have started on a high already. Okay, and it's probably, well, it's about 19 minutes past 5 o'clock here in Auckland at the moment when I'm doing this recording, because I'm doing it very close to the time that I'm releasing it. And I want to say today a few things. Well, it's been really highlighted to me that I need to change my hair because I feel like I need to cut my hair. And I'll say it because one of the days I'm going to look different when I'm on the video. And I've told you already, this is what's going to happen. It's going to change. Look, it's been, I'll tell you a little bit of a backstory about the hair. For about 18 months, I didn't color it. And then we got to last year, just sometime in September, and I just felt the need to go out and have it colored. And so I did. And I love the color. And then a few months late, and then what started to happen was a lot of my hair started to fall. It usually does. It goes through phases of hair falling, but then, it recovers. And then I just noticed that it just didn't stop. And then I got back from South Africa, and then I think it was sometime in December when I went to have it colored again. And this time the hairdresser didn't check with me, just went ahead and colored my hair black. And I'm not even naturally black. And so I was quite annoyed with it because I was quite unwell at the time and I just wanted to feel better, and I felt worse. So I'm coming through that phase of the color washing out, but what's happened is the hair's falling a lot too. And so I think there's something to do with the chemical, and maybe my hair hasn't had chemical in it for so long, and then there you go. It's starting to fall. I'm starting to have, patches here. It's been progressively happening. You would have noticed it on the videos. And so one of the things I'm thinking about is just chopping all of it and starting again. So if you see Rose with very little hair in the next few weeks, sometime in the next few weeks, that's what's happened to it. Okay. I think it's okay to tell a backstory about your hair, especially if appearance is an important thing in what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to talk about the hair, and I wrote down a list of things that I'm going to talk about today because I felt the need to do this. So I've had a few surprises this today. I've had a few surprises, and one of the things that was happening to me that I was finding surprising and confusing was I was trying to send an email to somebody this morning, and I was doing it in my email box, but through my phone, and it just would not send the email. Yesterday, I seemed to have problems with whilst I was working in Outlook, where every time I was trying to type a message, I kept having Outlook closing and opening, closing and opening, and giving me the window that it was doing that. And I thought, oh, what's all that about? Anyway, I was listening to something earlier today that talked about Mercury being in retrograde. Now, I try, and I know for all of you that watch the channel, you know that I do believe in the astrology, and I do believe it firm and hard. And I decided that this Mercury retrograde that was coming up, I was just not going to pay attention to it. I was just going to carry on with my life like I used to do when I didn't know about astrology and retrogrades. And then this starts to happen. And I still didn't think about the Mercury retrograde, but when I listened to this message this morning that somebody had put out, they're talking about Aries, because I'm Aries, and what we can expect in Aries season, because we're just about to enter Aries. We're just about to the equinox is about happening, and so the energies are a lot, and there's a lot of downloads, and we're all a lot of people I am friends with and family with are feeling this energy that is quite strong, and it's been going on not just for now, this last 2 days, they've been going on for a few weeks now, right? So anyway, so when the person mentioned Mercury retrograde in the reading, I thought, oh yeah, I wonder if I should check it out and see when exactly is the Mercury retrograde, because I haven't been paying attention to this. So I went and I looked on Google, and it says the Mercury retrograde is from the 1st of April to the 25th of April. Now, that must be for the Northern Hemisphere, because most of everything that's out there covers the dates for the Northern Hemisphere, not the Southern Hemisphere. And then for New Zealand, if it's the Northern Hemisphere if the first is applicable to the Northern Hemisphere, then New Zealand's a day before, so really the 31st. And the shadow period started on the 19th, going on through to the 31st. So for our shadow period, we already we started on the 18th. And I just suddenly realized it's clicked now. This stuff with the technology has been happening because, well, Mercury retrograde. So I always encourage people at this time of the retrograde to make sure your technology is up to date, to make sure that you're going to do everything now before the retrograde happens, because anytime I've had things to do, if I do an upgrade on my computer during the Mercury retrograde, stuff happens, and things like next time the Mercury retrograde happens, the computer is shut down and it just doesn't turn back on for I don't know, 6 months. I had that the one time. So, ultimately, I just need to say, just be aware, because whilst we think we should not live our lives based on the astrology, it actually does affect us. I've got Baxter barking. I'm going to pause the recording and come back. Well, there you go. Had to stop that from happening. Otherwise, it's going to come into our recording. Yeah, so Baxter's quiet, and I've given him a treat, and hopefully he stays happy. All right, so we're talking about the Mercury retrograde. The other thing to remember about Mercury, about what to be cautious of when you do your Mercury retrograde, is to remember that when you're signing contracts, to be careful about the terms of the contract, stuff like that. Look, whenever I've signed contracts during a Mercury retrograde, I actually have never seen it through. There's always something happening where, we don't actually fulfill it. There's a break in the terms or something like that, and then we have to part ways. So that's my experience. So, just be aware of the Mercury retrograde. Remember to take care of yourself. Mercury retrograde can, I think, affect, I'm trying to read, so I've got to put my glasses on. Mercury retrogrades can affect things like, just be aware to care for your body, to nurture, to just give it some love and attention. Don't be negligent with it. It's a season where people break bones, all of that. So just be aware of it. Okay, right. On to other things. So a couple of days ago, I felt my collective, my guides, impressing upon me to go into a time of prayer and holding an altar. Now, these are very Christian words, or they're very religious words. Let's say they're religious words, but it is not intended to be religious. It's just the only best way I can describe what it was that I was being asked to do. Now, altar for me, I used to have an altar in the house probably once every 2 months, where I would sit down with my journal, I would light my incense, I'd have the crystals, I'd light candles, and I would just sit in a chair and I would breathe, and I would just tune into the guides, just make a point of doing that. And then for a while now, I haven't done that. I've done other things like, just meditation in my armchair, sitting there facing the direction that is best for me. And I would do my meditations, but I haven't had an altar, and they reminded me that I needed to do that. In fact, what they reminded me was that this is a good time to do that. This is equinox time. It is lots of light coming down. There's reasons for why you need to keep altar in your space, and just do your altar. I'm sure many of us are doing it. Many people are doing it. I'm just not one of those people that keep through with things systematically and consistently. I go with the flow every day. It's like every day it can be something different and new. And then sometimes they remind me, well, that thing you were doing, you need to bring it back. So I understand from my guides that my altar needs to happen over this next, say, 3 days, right? I also have my birthday coming up, so I feel like perhaps that is what they tuning in with me to say, well, hey, you know what? time for reflection and time for reflection and time for guidance and tuning in, because having birthdays is a reflective time, right? And my I'm in my 50 year almost of living on the planet. And you know the numerology for 55 is 1, so it's a start of a new life. 1 is symbolic of starting a new life. So, there you go. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to do that. Now, this morning, I had a message from a friend about a pet, and I thought, all right, that's fine. I'm just going to do my altar, because when I was guided to, or 2 days ago when I was asked to do the altar, I knew that I had to do it in the morning, and I knew that yesterday wasn't the day, but today was the day to start it. So I woke up, I turned my phone on, I had the message. Anyway, I went to do my altar. I set it up, and I thought, oh, great, because now I just want to see I'm looking forward to what's coming through from the guides, because, we could have ancestors turn up. We could have anything happen there. The guardian angels or the archangels specifically, Metatron and Michael, would probably turn up and speak and say something. And I thought, I wonder what this is all about. What is going to happen here? So anyway, I naturally started to do work on Baxter. So I set up myself sitting in the middle of the lounge, sitting on my chair, candles lit, incense going, all of that. And I tuned in. I did some light language. I went over to Baxter because I felt some energy in my fingers, and I just went and I was just putting my fingers over him and bringing in some energy and light to him, because Baxter's been having issues with his skin. And anyway, that happened, and then I was asked to bring in my friend's pet, and so I thought, all right, I'm going to bring it in when I feel it's necessary. But okay, we know now that this pet is needing some attention, so we're going to just bring it in because it's part of that process. As I was sitting there, I started to feel that Archangel Michael and Metatron were with me. Then, because they always turn up, Michael has been with me. I've been conscious of Michael, I think, even as a child. Archangel Metatron more in the last 10, 15 years. Okay. And so I thought, all right, so we've got the archangels here. And then I was just guided to bring in all the animals, the cats, the dogs that I hear in my vicinity. Because on my street, almost every house, there's probably 3 houses on the street that do not have pets at the moment. Yeah, 4 houses that do not have pets. Everywhere else on our street, they've got a cat, or they've got a dog, or they've got 2 dogs or 2 cats. We even have somebody who lives on our street that does cat rescue. So we have a lot of animals on the street at any given time because of the pet rescue lady, because sometimes she can have maybe 20 cats, adult cats, and she could have 3 litters of kittens, So I started to bring all of them in, and everyone was there surrounding us. And then I brought in CJ, and I brought Tigger in. Tigger is CJ's friend. And I brought my cat from many years ago in, who's high vibrational, and, just really brought us to that aspect of cats and energy and how they work with us. And I brought in a few other pets that are not living on our street but have been significant in my world, just brought their energy in, and we started to just tune in together. And then a few of them, do you remember Frank the Huntaway? That was a working dog and very high vibrational dog that was put to sleep in December because of his arthritis, because he'd reached that time, and Frank was present with us as well. So I feel like I just need to pause, because I'm just thinking about this host of high vibrational beings that came into our space. And then we had sunshine yellow dragons that help us with animals. And Archangel Metatron helps us with animals too. They were just there, present with me, And individually, we spoke to specific animals, specific pets that were there present. Now we have one of the biggest tuning in I had to do were for the huskies that I've mentioned previously that are in a situation that is questionable. And we just had a conversation with the huskies, and they were saying how their situation is not going to be going on for a long, long time. I don't know what that means, but I need to say. And how they are here to teach some of the humans within this group that they, this family that they live in, because it's a big, big family there. So I'm going to encourage you, friends, to send love and light to the pets in your space, whomever they are, whatever is going on with them. Give them equal value as you would a human. Because for a long time, what have we been doing? We've been clearing humans' energy spaces. We've been looking after the humans on this planet, right? Now, those people that work with pets, would work with animals, they would be clearing their spaces. But I feel like we've kind of kept it separate. And we need to come to a stage where we realize that everything and everyone has equal value here. All these beings that are on the planet, every living thing, whether they're plants, whether they're trees, whatever, we have life here on this planet, and everyone has come to have the experience, be it physical, be it whatever. They've come to have that experience here. We are energetic beings. And so equal value, right? And now is the time to remember that wherever you are, if you're a light worker and you live in a certain place and you are feeling like you need to, you are feeling like, okay, I work here as a light worker, I'm a star seed. What is my energy? Your energy is not just for you and for your clients, whatever your work is. If you see clients regularly, your energy is for everything and everyone around you in your space, on your street, in your suburb, in your little town, in your big city, because you're part of that the greater location, right? And so if we all in our own spaces, if we can reach out to the creatures within that space, if we can work out what it is that we're here to do, then I'm going to say that it's important for us to remember no longer are the animals in our world lower than us. No longer are they, we just kind of, we even use the word dogmatic. We just get them to follow us and do whatever it is that they want to do, because they are coming to the forefront with whatever it is that they're here to do, right? And I mean, animals in abusive situations, they choose to come here to be with us humans, but they're here to teach us. And sometimes the humans just don't wake up to what the animal is doing. Sometimes the human is too far gone in the energy space they're in. They're too low vibrational to see the high vibrational space of the animal. So I'm going to encourage you to hold love and light for all the animals in your space. And that means everyone out there. If a dog is constantly barking, it's not about the dog. It's about those that look after that dog, the humans that are part of that, because this happened to me a couple of weeks ago that I had to go across the way to see who the owners were of this dog that barks consistently for a specific amount of hours every day. My concern was not that it was attracting my attention because it was constantly barking, and for those weeks it was howling a little bit at the end of the bark. My concern was my concern was, yes, that it was irritating me and it was drawing my attention to it in a way that was making me feel agitated, because that was okay. I'm worried about this dog, but I also wanted to reach out to the family and say, hey, do you need my help? I will pet sit for you if you need to be away every day for those particular amount of hours. I work from home. I can pet sit your dog. I can go there and give it a walk every day so that it gets out and it gets to run free and gets a little bit tired so that it can go back inside and rest and stuff like that, right? If that's what we need to do for our neighbors, then I think that's an important aspect for us. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was going to be quick with that, but I did speak a lot about it. So I just feel like, it's important for us to know about that. Today, I'm just ticking off here what we've spoken about. Today, I went out to walk Baxter and we went to a place called Mangaroa Reserve. And it is just like 5 minutes down the road, less than 5 minutes down the road from where I live. And it's a reserve where, you've got open land so the dogs can run freely. It's got a forest and it's got a pathway going through the forest, and the pathway goes alongside the water. And so you've got all this vegetation, you've got mangroves, you've got all of those things happening. So you can be in nature. And, so I went there to walk Baxter. And that was our morning walk today. Now, last week we were there. And when I was there, I noticed that at the top of the entrance where it is, there is a barn. And of course, we've always seen the barn there because the barn has been there for years. But there were these little fenced off areas, and one of them had all the vegetables being planted and growing in veggie boxes. And I thought, wow, this is an amazing community idea. It's a community garden. I'm going to find out how I can get in touch with them because I've been trying to plant my own vegetables, and I'm looking for a community garden in my area so that I can get together and plant vegetables with people in my community. Now, it's been a little bit challenging for us to do that here in East Auckland because there hasn't been anybody forthcoming to say, hey, we've got some land and we're happy for people to come and plant their vegetables in veggie boxes or whatever. And land is an issue here in the sense that people are obviously using their land to maintain the value of their houses and stuff like that. And, there's privacy issues. You can't just turn up at somebody's private home and go to their back garden because, well, you've got to have some kind of security control over that, right? But this place is a reserve. It belongs to the community. I'm going to say the community, all right? Because, yeah, the people paid the taxes for that. Nevertheless, so the person I spoke to said, hey, you know what, Rose, come on Wednesday morning and the ladies that look after this garden and plant here will be here so you can have a chat with them. I got there this morning. There was no veggie garden. And there was a bulldozer on it. It had been bulldozed out. Spoke to one of the ladies and she said, the council had bulldozed the garden completely out. And I was astounded. And I did say the F word. Without reason, without informing, a perfectly beautiful vegetable garden was bulldozed out. And here we are. I don't understand that. So this is not one of these other weird things that's happened in my day today. So friends, we are living in times where it is important for us to understand our rights to certain things, because council land is community land, is what I believe, because it is for the community. The land's been standing there for so long, nothing's happened with it. Now, when something has happened with it, they suddenly found a reason to bulldoze that out because whatever reason, they just felt they need to put something else on there, and who knows what. I've lived in this place for 23 years. Nothing has ever been put on there. And now we have a community garden, and that's what's happened. So I don't know. We leave it to whatever unfolds. And well, who knows? I'll keep you in the loop about it. The other thing that's happened today, and I'm so glad it has, because it's happened just on the brink of the equinox, is that my cards have arrived. The Golden Future by Diana Cooper has arrived. It arrived, I thought it was going to arrive yesterday, but it arrived today. I'll tell you what, I am amazed. When Diana got her pack of cards that, that come back from the publishers or the printers, wherever she got them. She was sharing it online. She was talking about it on YouTube, and she was talking about how excited she is to receive it. I received mine today, and usually I normally do a big cleanse with the cards before I actually share them or look at them or whatever. Oh, my friends, I gotta tell you, here's one at least, but we're not talking about this card today. They are so golden new age. I'm calling them new age, but they are the golden future. But they are golden, and they are so the golden future, the new golden age. It's amazing. They are amazing. They are beautiful. I looked at them and I was kind of mesmerized because almost every other card has a monarch butterfly or a butterfly on it, right? And I love it because butterflies mean transformation, right? And then I thought about it afterwards, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'd seen the unicorn. I hadn't seen the dragon. I was like, are you telling me we don't have a dragon in there? And that's impossible. For me, it would be impossible, given that the dragon energy has returned, well, as awakened again on the planet. It's been sleeping. The dragons chose to sleep until we started our awakening process. But you know what? Of course, there's a dragon card in there. And I'm going to share it with you on screen because I think we will do some light language to bring in, to clear and cleanse the cards. Okay, the cards. Look at that's the back of them. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. I will take a picture of that, of the back of the cards. Amazing cards, right? They're so beautiful. You can feel the light moving. You can feel the warmth from it. Yeah, very, very beautiful. Right. So I'm going to share the cards with you. I'm going to show you the cards. I'll show you the box on the screen, and I'll show you the unicorn, and I'll show you the dragon. But it's the dragon card we're going to invoke today. And we'll see if the Phoenix are here or they want to come through and bring a message of light language with that card after I read it. And we'll go from there. I can feel the language already coming up, but I just want to know, are the Phoenix bringing us a message today, right? Let's share screen. It looks like this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, friends. That's what it is. And I hope that you will be okay with this message, right? Here we are sharing screen at the moment. That is what, it's a little slightly skew, sorry about that, the picture, but that's what the box looks like, the Golden Future Oracle. Now, the artwork is done by Space Before. And they say on here that it's been done by Space Before. And we know about Diana Cooper. I have asked if Diana Cooper will let me interview her, by the way, everyone. I do love her and I love her work, and I'm quite fascinated with her and her knowledge, and I would love to know something about her and her start and her journey to be where she is today. Right. I have asked, I never got a reply yet to the email, and I asked a couple of months ago. So, well, if we don't get a reply, we don't get a reply. She's probably not feeling intuitively that she should be on the Great Awakening Generator, which is fine. We're okay with it. We do love the work. We are so eternally grateful for her work. Space Before is a digital artist from the UK. Using an iPad as his canvas, he creates visionary collage art that transcends boundaries, blending vibrant colors and ethereal elements. Many of Space Before's creations draw inspiration from nature and various spiritual concepts. By uniting them, he aims to ignite the divine imagination of the viewer, giving them a glimpse into unseen worlds. All right. So that's who the artist is. I think the artist is so important in the oracle cards or whatever cards you've got, right? Because they express the message in artistic form, obviously. And I don't know, but I think they must have to be in tune with the creator, with Diana, for example, in this case, right? So the artist is Space Before, and of course we know our author of this oracle card deck is Diana Cooper. Right, that's what that looks like. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to give us a sneak peek of the of the unicorn. All right, because I feel like that unicorn we need to show the unicorn. We mentioned it. So like my stellanite, but hang on a second. Let's go share that screen again. That's the unicorn. It's a sneak peek. Oh, yeah. The unicorn has got a golden horn, right? And it's a number 30 card, and it's spread the light of the unicorns. It's a lilac-y color. All right, gonna stop sharing. So let's get ready because we're gonna see the dragon. You know, one would think we'd had a lot of dragons, and we did. We did have a lot of dragons this last 6 to 8 months. But oh, yeah, this dragon comes with butterflies. You see in the background, there seems to be a grid of some kind here. Is it a spider's web? And of course we've got rainbow and bubbles. Zamala kitty, it looks like a fire dragon, right? Yeah. Hey, my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited looking at this dragon. I feel so amazed. I feel so emotional right now looking at this dragon. This is the proximity of who and what we are going to become and experience. Do you realize that this is the golden future card, and this is the dragon that appears here? Right. Get ready. We're going to read what the number. Number 29 in numerology is 11. This is the now she has a book called The Golden Future as well, friends. As you know, I haven't got that book. I think I have requested it. I'm on the waiting list at the library. I want to say I miss my dragon book. Your Celestial Guardians. And now I'm finally thinking that I think I'll just get the book. Never mind if it sits on the shelf, but it's there if I'm ever querying what does the dragon mean, what if I need more to do with the dragon. So I'm ready to get that in. And who knows, maybe we'll bring the Golden Future into it as well, so we don't have to borrow it from the library all the time. But you know, that one from the library, it was about the energy and not about not buying it, right? So this says, send dragons to heal the worlds. In the golden future, dragons will regain their rightful position in the consciousness of humanity. They will be recognized as wise beings, healers and guardians of the ancient wisdom held in the land. These winged beings are of the angelic realms. Though they work on different frequency bands from angels and unicorns, they have served valiantly since the birth of Earth to cleanse and protect our planet. As we move forward, earth, air, and fire dragons will continue to clear any energies that are not fully fifth dimensional around people and within the earth. Water dragons will carry on spreading Christ's light through the rivers and oceans. As the frequency on earth rises, their service will be acknowledged. Dragons from the stars and planets will share their light and wisdom to help us, and they will be welcomed and heard. So here, written as words, perhaps it's an affirmation, in the new golden age, the wise, open-hearted dragons will be respected and revered. In the new golden age, the wise, open-hearted dragons will be respected and revered. Right, our guidance today. Kulamai, kluai, la 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 mayo. Kulamai hit la ma la 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 jalama huai ala. Selamo krumaki marumaho. Selamakut faranaito. Friends, as we get ready to receive dragon energy and guidance and bringing in this dragon, the dragon of the golden future, I want to say this. The dragons are already here. They have been here. They've been awakening as they've been waiting for us to awaken. They have been asleep on the planet. And since 2012, the start of the golden future, we have been at the start of our awakening for the golden future. The dragons have been awakening to us, and we have been awakening to them, right? So they've been awakening because we're awakening, and as we are awakening, we're awakening to them, right? So, Koromatseme, I see myself on my dragon in the golden future. I see my travel a lot with my dragon, right? We will be able to teleport. We will be able to call that dragon. We'll be able to whistle to the heavens, and the dragon that is assigned to us will be able to come down, and we'll climb on its back, and we'll go flying. I see myself doing that. I'm already doing it in another in a parallel lifetime. This becomes our reality. Right now, have you got your water ready? I feel like we need water right now to hydrate ourselves. Feet firmly planted on the ground. Now I feel that there's a warm energy here. I felt it on my back just now. I felt it on my back about an hour ago when I was thinking about doing this. And I had that was my confirmation to come in and to actually sit here and do the recording, because I thought, oh, is it too late? Should I wait? Should I not do one today? And I got the confirmation because I felt this warm energy going through the back of my torso. Now, I want to encourage you to breathe as you breathe. I am encouraging you to breathe as you breathe, as is comfortable for you, right? When we start to breathe, I will do the countdown from 1 to 3. Okay, and you can breathe how you breathe in your energy space, right? You can breathe how you breathe. But normally, I'm always encouraging people to breathe in through the nose, take the breath all the way to the bottom. If you want to go down to your feet and connect with the root chakra, do that, and then bring the breath back up, and then just sort of pause. As you bring it up, force down those pelvic muscles, and then pause. And then you bring it up your spine, and when you get to your torso, you pause for a count of 4. And if you can do more, then do that. But if you can't, then bring that breath up and out through the mouth very slowly. Take all the breath out of the body, push it out, push it out, push it out, and then leave it there and pause for a couple of seconds if that's available to you, or longer if that's available to you. And then bring the breath back in, but try to have that breath in stillness and completely out of the body, so that you cross over into your meditative space. Right, so let's do it. Feet firmly planted on the ground. Take another sip of water if you need it. And I will count us in, and then I will go on mute, and I'll do my breathing, and then I'll come back after I've done my breathing to bring us back in, and then we will do the guidance, and we will invoke the energy of this beautiful golden age dragon. 1, 2, 3. Now start your 3 breaths. Friends, as you take your time to come back to your conscious space, Hion salain selam moya kimayimo. Hiokiamet neameamohomahim. And yes, welcome. We are the Phoenix, everyone. And we've been doing this with Rose in that we turn up at the very last minute, even when she's not breathing audibly that you can hear. We don't turn up, and then we turn up as she starts to speak with all of you. And how she knows that you are here and that we are here is that she can feel the heat on the left side of her. It's going through her shoulder and it's going through the side of her head and then into her fingers. And so we will read with Rose for you the guidance for this dragon. And if you're looking at the dragon right now, it's almost feeling like the lights in this dragon, the green is coming out in a very strong way. It's not as strong as it was before we closed our eyes. This card reminds you that dragons are incredibly important for the future of our planet and for you as an individual. Once you connect with your personal dragon, it is totally loyal to you and loves you completely. Ask it to protect you and clear your path each day. We are here to remind you of the dragons. Do not forget that they play a big role in the future. They play a big role in our future. And if you've forgotten to invoke your personal dragon, you can do so today with us. We will go through that with you. Do not wait for 10 years from now. Ask it to protect you today and clear your path each day. You have your personal dragon. This is also a call to service. Dragons cannot act without your direction because of free will. So, send earth dragons to clear ley lines so that they flow with light. So without you can work, you have your personal dragon, and remember to invoke the help of your personal dragon, but also remember that you can invoke the help of the earth dragon for the earth, for the so if you're feeling fearful, veggie patch that veggie patch today that was bulldozed, and that was in Rose's experience. It's kanatsufe. Bigger things will happen to replace that, and there's nothing that can stop the human that is evolving right now to bring in the golden age, to be into that fifth dimensional space. Something bigger will come from that. So in your space, speaking of that, you can send earth dragons to clear ley lines so that they flow with light. Ask the fire dragons to burn up and transmute anything no longer needed. Direct air dragons to blow away the past and blast minds open to enlightenment. And ask the water dragons to keep Christ light flowing wherever it is needed. Lord Abraham, an aspect of Elmoira, is a great dragon master. If you wish to connect more with dragons, ask him to guide your way. Kianasha. We're bringing down light and codes in my kitchen. Equinox o esa o kia o koyala de ro kla de ro la vale la vale la e karara ro la menokcha o la menana male la 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 mana na 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 mana na 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 mana na 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 mana na na mana. Be still, friends. Hydrate yourself na. Ground you, maita. This was a lot of energy. Khale, and God so I can show. Yeah, I'm just reminded of the Welsh dragon, Gonas Detefe. And the energy of the Welsh dragon exists in this dragon. He koronate. It's a mora kataina in this energy download we've got here. Koronate. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Please open your eyes if you can, if it's available to you, and look at the picture of this dragon. There is a beauty in this dragon. There is an energy of this dragon we have not felt. It's a new golden age energy. We've been feeling a lot of dragon energy, but this one cannot so far. It has reminded you of who you are, dragon master that you are, Ikarana Kota, dragon that you are. Many of us have been dragons so that we can be better dragon masters. Mokhana, so that we can come into the place of dragon masterhood. Take some time to pause and look at this dragon and see how you feel and how you resonate. There's a lot of energy. I will stop sharing, friends. Wow. In the new golden age, the wise, open-hearted dragons will be respected and revered. We are into the new golden age. Take some time to drink a glass of water, a sip of water. So much energy, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your time. We are the Phoenix. I am the Phoenix. We have had a wonderful time today. It's been a long message. I encourage you to eat some food that is earthing. If you do eat meat, then eat some beef. Organically grown would be good. If you don't eat meat, then find legumes, things that are high protein, and that will just ground you. Earth food. Potatoes are earth food. They come from the earth. Sweet potato, anything that the carrots, whatever that needs to be able to just ground you, but also walk in nature. I feel like there's not much to say, friends, after that. That was quite intense. Keep your light going. This is a very important time to be in tune with who you are, to say your truth, and to be who you are, to own it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Namaste, everyone. I'll catch you next time here. Light Language Messenger and the Great Awakening Generator. Keep reaching for the stars.